What is up, y'all? We are back with another video. What type of video today? We got another Stranger Things video. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So, when it comes to Stranger Things Season 5, we're thinking a lot about things that could potentially happen from, the behind-the-scenes stuff we've seen and just a lot of the behind-the-scenes, shots we got for their new season of Stranger Things to come to us next year, 2025. So to get into this, I want to talk about Will now. We know for a fact we're getting a Will flashback, like 100%. We're getting a younger Will flashback now. I was thinking about something. So we know Will, he got took into the upside down and stuff like that, November 6th of 1983, and time is frozen the upside down. So this is going to factor in with a lot of stuff I'm about to say. So I think that, with the Duffers basically saying like we're going back to square one, that could mean a lot of things, with the cast, the feel, the touch, and everything. It's the pacing of Stranger Things Season 5. But to get into it, I think that Will is a big part of Stranger Things. I mean, it's not even a thing. I know for a fact he's a huge part of Stranger Things. A lot of the stuff surrounds Will Byers. So, I talked about a couple things in my previous video about, maybe that's not even Will Byers. Just me talking about a theory saying that maybe that's something where it's just, another person. Maybe Vecna summons himself into the shell of Will, and Will's still stuck in the upside down. But I can be wrong. But to get into this, I think that Will's situation overall will help, the citizens of Hawkins defeat Vecna. I think that, even down to, what happened when the seasons first started with Will getting took us to the upside down. I think it's something with the time being froze that is kind of telling us in a silent way, like, hey, you guys are not even close to fixing this problem, because why is time still frozen the upside down of November 6th of 1983? It's obviously a problem going on in the upside down. It's obviously an issue that's going on where time cannot be unfroze, and I think it has something to do with Will. But I started thinking like, okay, we got this clock, right, that's been involved heavily in Stranger Things, especially in season 4. It kind of appears here and there and stuff like that, but we never really got a meaning of that clock for real. We know, at a point we thought it was kind of something connected to Vecna, but I'm starting to think that was them telling us that it's just going to be time travel involved. And 11 is very powerful, so I would not be surprised if 11 can, go back in time and try to fix things. Maybe that's the end. I mean, I can be wrong. The reason I'm saying is because look what 11 did in the Max situation when Max was damn near on her deathbed. She went back and kind of brought her back halfway. That's how powerful she is. And I think sometimes 11 doesn't even understand how powerful she is. Opening a gate, with the fight between her and Vecna, she's the reason the gate is open. So I think time travel will definitely play a big part, just off a lot of the problems that's happening in Stranger Things occurred, in the past. The gate opening, Will being in the upside down, time being frozen the upside down, even the problem they just had. Maybe she can go back and fix Hawkins. I don't know, but maybe that's far-fetched. But I think with this clock being involved, at some point we're getting time travel. It's like literally at some point I think we're going to get some type of time travel to get a situation fixed. But I think it could be potentially at the end of the season where, maybe 11, like maybe that happens. Maybe 11 tries to time travel, right? And get things fixed with Will and just close the gate. Maybe that's what has to happen. She has to close the gate, like go back in time and handle the situation differently. But she actually gets stuck in that, point of time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how 11 gets took away from us. She actually gets stuck with Vecna in that time. That's the sacrifice that has to be made, which I was talking about, that in previous videos. Also, like, I think a main character is going to have to make a sacrifice for things to work, being that I think Vecna's going to be so much stronger than last time. Off the fact how he ended season 4, he literally cut Hawkins down the middle like a fucking cake. I've heard rumors out there where people say they don't even think Vecna's the main villain. It's going to be someone else. I personally think he's going to be the main villain, but it's just going to be that he's super freaking powerful, like to the point that I think it's going to be multiple deaths for sure, but I think a main character is going to sacrifice themselves to make the plan go as planned. And maybe it's 11 getting stuck, in time and stuff like that, and if she never comes back. But I can be wrong. That's just me speculating as a Stranger Things fan. And I think at some point we're going to find out Vecna's weakness. I think that can be another flashback where we kind of find out some type of weakness with Vecna, and 11 finds out and they're really starting to learn about Vecna. I think You know, when you sit here and think about it, it seems like Vecna did not have a weakness at a point, but I'm pretty sure he does have a weakness, you know, especially when we saw him as a kid, you know, with spiders and stuff like that. I think that, you know, maybe Max being in that coma is going to find out a weakness. Maybe she, like I said, she's the eyes for, you know, the kids, and she finds out Vecna's weakness and they can use it against him. Also, I think another thing that's going to make Vecna super powerful is that Will is still out there. I think Will is actually a big part on why Vecna's still operating the way he's operating, and, you know, powerful the way he is and stuff like that. So I definitely think that 11 is going to be the character that makes that sacrifice, because it just makes sense. But you know, Duffer said it was going back to the, you know, the main roots. I think the main roots is going to be something with Will. I think people are thinking characters, feel. I think it's going to be with Will Byers. I think the whole time, you know what's crazy, guys? I think the whole time we seen these problems, you know, stack up through the previous seasons, but we kind of looked over them, or some of us probably caught them right then and there. But I think it's something along the lines of like us watching these problems stack up, and now in season 5 they have to be handled. So we're going to have to go back in time to get them fixed, or like I said, that flashback can just show us the problems and we can fix it in the future. So it's not guaranteed we're getting, you know, a time travel or nothing like that, but I definitely think that Will is going to definitely be, you know, a traitor and be with Vecna, just because I feel like he's tired of being an innocent Will and just, you know, being on the other side and just having to deal with this. Or the whole time he lied to his friends and he knew what was going on. He knew like, oh, I'm gonna be with, I'm with Vecna. I'm actually, you know, the connection that he needs. So that's how, you know, Vecna knows where all the friends are and how they operate, because of who? Will Byers. Will Byers is the magnet, bro. So I think when you sit here and think about it, the story for season 5 is out there. We just can't put the pieces together, man. Like I said, 11, I think she's a goner for sure, just off the fact she is the hero. She's the Superman of the group, so she's willing to make that sacrifice, as we've seen in previous Stranger Things episodes. When they were in that classroom, she had to make it at a point, and I think this time, you know, it could potentially be, you know, 11. We know that Dustin, you know, Gaten actually said he doesn't mind his character being, you know, kind of cut short. He doesn't mind, but he does want to hang out with his friends on set. But he thinks it'd be crazy to like have main character deaths since this is the end and go out with a bang, which that kind of scared me when he said that, because man, it's a lot of good characters, 11 being my favorite. But man, if Dustin goes away, bro, people will lose their shit. Like Dustin, 11, you know, I'm telling y'all, I think Steve Harrington is going to actually be one of those main characters that actually ends up checking out. But I can be wrong. I definitely think that, you know, Vecna's going to be very much just powerful in this, due to just Will being involved now and a lot of other things going on. But I heard rumors, like none of this is confirmed, but it's out there, and I think this is a very interesting, you know, speculation. They're saying that they think that Linda Hamilton is going to be 11 in the future. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, Linda Hamilton being 11 in the future is crazy. I mean, maybe it'll work or whatever, but I heard stuff about scientists, or her being like a scientist or some shit like that, but I could be wrong. Overall, I came to make this video to tell y'all I think the problems that are happening are in our face, and I think the main thing is just surrounding season 5, and they said it already, that season 5 will play a huge part. I think that, yes, that's going back to, you know, square one, basically Will being involved and Will being connected to Vecna, and the whole time it's been some stuff going on behind the scenes that we kind of were blind to, but now we see it and they have to fix that problem. Maybe Will actually sacrifices himself to save his friends. Maybe it's something like along the lines we find out he's been, you know, just been a snake the whole time, and then once they find out, it's revealed. Maybe Max reveals it because she get to see, you know, Vecna's other side because she's in that coma, and then she says like, hey, Will is bad, and then, you know, he knows what's going on, and then they get it revealed. But once Will reveals it to him, he notices like, these are my friends, what am I doing? But sometimes in those type of moments it's too late, and Vecna, you know, takes out Will. And maybe that's just the whole story of Hawkins, you know what I'm saying? Like, Will was the one that had to go because he's the connection and everything. So I definitely think that it could be something where Will actually is unalived also. But I feel like if Will gets unalived, the story's over. See what I'm saying? Like how I said, if Will is unalived, that the story of Hawkins is over. There's no other attachments for real. that's because he is the problem. Will Byers is the problem, sadly. They have to fix that. And I think it might take some sacrifices from main characters. It might take 11 using her powers a little more to the point she's drained. I heard people say they think that 11's sister should come and help. I don't think that's needed. But, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in Season 5. Overall, I think this is going to be the best season. And I'm very scared out to speculate these crazy speculations with the clock and time travel. You know, 11 going back in time. Is that even Will Byers that we're seeing? Or is it like a doppelganger? Or is it like Will Byers' shell, but Vecna's soul in him or something like that? Like a rebirth type of thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, almost how like Chucky can, you know, Charles Lee Ray can put his soul into the Chucky doll. Like something like that. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling y'all, I think I'm on to something, but I can be wrong. But yeah, y'all, comment down below if you want more Stranger Things Season 5 speculation videos. And are you ready for Stranger Things Season 5 live streams and speculations? Live, guys. That's going to be crazy. But yeah, you all, unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on all social medias. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.